What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Randy here with RTS Mobile Gaming, bringing you a fantastic video today. We are playing Lord of the Rings Rise to War, and in today's video, we are covering the Commander Spotlight for one of the fan favorites here. Every single person has requested that I cover the Shadow, so here you go. Give me the like and sub if you don't have your priorities in your life straight. Move out of your grandma's basement and subscribe to me after that. Okay, here we go. The Shadow. He is an undead ring wraith. He is a strategist. He is an area effect damage specialist. Strategist gives him 25 bonus focus, 2 skill points, and 10% increased magic damage dealt at level 20. I'm calling magic damage focus, poison, and burn, so I don't have to say focus, poison, and burn damage 15 times in this video. Okay, here we go. Stat-wise, he is well above average might at 1.94 per level. He's got well above focus at 1.78 per level. And he has average speed at 1.27 per level there, okay? So gear-wise, and because of his skills, we're going to want to be heavy in focus and might. Speed is great if you can get it, but ideally focus and might. And I really can't stress this enough. If you don't put gear in here that has focus, you're going to have a weak commander because he does a lot of commander damage dealt that is magic damage, okay? Which is based off his focus talent. So, you want might in there and focus, okay? Gear-wise, the Carver is a great one-handed weapon here. I don't think it matters if it's a one-handed or two-handed, but it's a great weapon. Gives might and focus, and since I plan on using the Corsair units with him once I have him leveled up, having the army attack evil men bonus here is going to be useful. As far as this particular flay trait, this is useless for me because I'm primarily trying to deal poison damage. But it's better than nothing. I mean, I am going to do physical damage, so it's going to help a little bit. But the main goal is deal massive AoE poison damage to everybody on the field, okay? Carver's a good weapon. Scale Mail, might, focus, and bonuses to your army. Another good in-slot item. Bone Mask, best in slot purple item for the Shadow. It's going to give you might and focus again. It's also going to give you the opportunity to have 10% bonus to whatever magic type you can roll on it at 5 stars and 5 refinements. So very strong pairing with Strategist, which gives you 10%. So between Strategist and the Bone Mask, that's 20% bonus magic damage. That is enormous. And lastly, you have the Bone Talisman, which gives a nice grouping of might, focus, and speed. You can also use the Drums of Moria, which give you might, focus, and speed. You can, if you can find one of these signets of Borrows, they're also very useful because they give focus as well as chance for your commander to attack first, which is initiative, and or whatever other trait you can roll. And again, gives some evil men bonuses here, which will pair very nicely with my Corsairs, who are evil men. All right. Skill-wise, I want to make this real quick. We're going to blitz through the skills because I actually have some great snapshots of the Undertaker, of the Shadow in action with full build, full skills, full armor. So I do have that there. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. First things first, the Undertaker talent's going to give you 75% damage, 75% damage dealt to all enemies as poison damage. Okay, you could see that dealing anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 damage per enemy on the field. If there's 3 enemies on the field, you could potentially be dealing 6,000 poison damage in an AoE, okay? Delayed Plague is going to deal 1,600 poison damage split between 2 targets in round 7, Strong Nuke in round 7. Plague is going to deal 520% poison damage, as well as give you a healing debuff, okay? And that's on 2 targets. So 520% poison damage split between 2 targets and an anti-heal for 2 rounds. Black Numenorian, I don't like this talent tree. I would stay away from this particular 3 tree here. But if you decide that you've maxed out your commander and you have a lot of points left over, go ahead and dip in. It's going to deal 150% focus damage on attack. This will pair well with Undertaker in theory, although I believe this only afflicts the main target that he's attacking. It doesn't deal AoE damage like Undertaker, okay? Dark Mantle is going to give you 14% physical damage boost, which useful tangentially, but not key to the build. And then Black Arts is going to deal some focus damage to 2 different enemies for a total of 312 focus damage, as well as a 1-round anti-heal. It's weaker than the Plague talents. The Black Numenorian is weaker than Undertaker. And Delayed Plague is going to be much more useful from Dark Mantle, so I would put all your points in Undertaker before you put any points in Black Numenorian. Okay, I'm not going fast enough, so here we go. The Ring Wraith is going to give you 30% bonus magic damage dealt, okay? This is super key to the build. Do not skip that. Morgul Poison is going to give you 70% poison damage inflicted on your normal attacks, continuous for 2 rounds, which should pair well with the Undertaker. I haven't tested it enough to know if it does splash or if it only affects a single target you're attacking and doesn't attack the tangential targets. And then you have the Nazgul Screech, which does 328% focus damage in round 2 with a guaranteed stun on 2 targets in round 1. His Respect level 5 skills are very strong. I would definitely put 15 points into Shape of the Void. It's going to give you a 90% chance to attack twice in round 1 through 4, which is going to really make the Undertaker talent tree very strong. You also have a 25% chance to gain 100% bonus damage. This is almost like a plus skill. Don't get this unless you have a lot of points left over. If you're max level 50, Respect level 25, then you'll have points for it. And lower defense is the 50% chance to gain 30% bonus damage, basically for each hit in the turn, okay? So you may roll this one turn and not roll it the next turn. It's really RNG. If you're going to get points into one of these, I would pick the lower defenses just because you're more likely to roll that. And the average 50% times 15 is going to be better than 25% times 100. I could be backwards on that. Okay, into some interesting pictures. Here we go. Let's jump into somebody with a full build. Here is the gear they're running. You can see they are running the Uruk-hai sword as well as the shroud. So the sword's going to give you full might. It's a pure might weapon. At 3 stars, I think it's around 30-something might. Okay, the chest is going to give you might and focus. And then the helmet is going to be pure might again. So you can see his might at 280 and focus at 200 is not super duper balanced. Personally, I would like to see those a little closer together since a lot of the damage we're dealing is magic damage, which is going to benefit from the focus trait, okay? He's also running Drums of Moria, which is very similar to what I have on my shadow here, right? It's going to give you might, focus, and speed. Drums of Moria is might, focus, and speed. Whatever works, whatever you can get, they both work well. All right. I realize I just pulled up shadow. And I was blocking with a picture, so I apologize. All right, here is the skill tree being run on this particular shadow. The mistakes here are the points in Black Numenorian and the points in the 25% chance of gaining 100% damage, okay? Until you have the Ring Wraith 15 out of 15, none of those skills are any better. So personally, I would drop the Black Numenorian. I wouldn't put points in there anyways. I would drop the Respect level 5 skills there. Let's just open that up. You can see what I'd be doing. I would pull 7 points out of this. I'd pull 5 points out of this. And I'd pull 3 points out of this to put 15 points in the Ring Wraith, as well as still maintain a 50% chance of gaining bonus damage. You'll probably be about 15% bonus damage right there. Worth it. Do that. Or I would put a few points into Plague, which is going to give me an anti-heal. Maybe we skip lower defenses until you have points for it, and you put your 3 or 4 leftover points into Plague, okay? The skills I just showed you are based on a level 42 Respect level 6 commander. So you can clearly see if you want to max out some of these trees, you're going to need to be level 50, and you're going to need to have your Respect at level 15 plus, okay? That's going to get you an extra 15, 20 skill points to spread throughout the map. All right. And obviously at Respect level 25, level 50, he's going to be a baller. All right. So here is the damage from that build. Here is the damage from that build. And yes, there's room for improvement there. Yes, there is. I would say maybe you could see his damage go up by 10 to 15% with the changes we just recommended. You're still only looking at around 70,000 damage, best case scenario, from that build with that gear. Little bit underwhelming. When you compare it to commanders like Lurtz or even Agzok is a tier 1 commander, he's going to deal more commander damage than this. Maltuk will be around here, maybe a little bit greater. So the fact that he's a tier 2, he's a ring wraith, he's a special, he's one of the few commanders in the game that have a secondary description for their effectiveness, right? Which is going to be here. He's got strategist as well as area effect damage. Not many commanders have a secondary, well, all right, some of those do. All right, you know what? Pretend I didn't say anything. A lot of them do. I'm going to shut up on that particular topic. Considering his area of effect damage, you would think that he would deal more damage. That's all I'm trying to say, okay? If you say that maybe best case, he gets a lot of RNG, everything rolls in his favor, he's at 75,000 damage, he's still less than half of what I'd be getting with Lurtz, and maybe 15-20% less than what I'm getting with Agzok. So I think he needs some buffs for sure. Is he interesting and useful? Yes. If you pair him with Corsairs instead of putting Morgul or Arbalests and whatever that troop's name is, the tier 3 infantry. Let's open that up. I don't even remember. It's been a long time since I used them. Crushers. Let's see here. Crushers, Smashers, Punchers, and the Facers. Crushers, all right. So he's got Crushers, Arbalests, and Trolls, all of which are going to deal physical damage primarily. I think if you switch this to Corsairs, you'll be dealing good burn damage from the Corsairs, good poison damage from Shadow, getting a good balance in there, okay? So, thanks for watching. Give me the like and sub. I love you guys a long time. Randy out, baby.